I started Muay Thai last week and I love it. Any tips for me to get better? How have you found making new friends in your late 20s? Really hard. Are you gonna start your kid in martial arts ASAP? If so, what would it be? How do you make money without doing the traditional 9 to 5? What are the red flags in Muay Thai / Jiu-Jitsu gyms? Did you want to keep competing if you weren't pregnant right now? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this week's YouTube video, I am going to do a cheeky Q&A with you all. I've asked you questions on Instagram and I'm just going to go through them. I actually don't know what's been asked and there's a hair in my mouth. There it is. I've just gone back to the story, pulling up all these questions. Yay! I'm going to do this very candidly. I feel like I should get a glass of water. My mouth is going to get dry. 1 second. I just got Coca-Bella. This is the best coconut water ever. Yum. Now we're ready. Question number 1. When are you due? You should make a registry for us. I would never ask you guys to send me money or gifts. Like I couldn't do that unless you're getting something back in exchange. Like if I'm selling something, I'm due in February. I don't want to say the exact date because I don't know. I feel like it's a bit confidential. I don't know. I'm just a bit worried about security. Sometime in February, I will birth thy child and become a mum, which is so crazy to speak out loud. Did you want to keep competing if you weren't pregnant right now? So yeah, I think that was part of my prenatal depression because I was very much in the mindset of I'm going to finally get my comeback fight after my ACL surgery. So, you know, it was 9 long months of really difficult rehab. I was training more regularly and I was like, okay, I gotta go all in. And then boom, it's hard when you're on one trajectory and then life just throws a curveball at you. I think I will compete after I've recovered from surgery and gotten back to fighting fit because it's something that I've been doing my whole life. I love the adrenaline kick that I get from it. I love testing myself. I do want to do more Muay Thai fights. I'd love to do a boxing fight maybe. It's a newfound passion that I've discovered whilst pregnant, funnily enough. I got to a point where I couldn't kick because it was really hurting my pelvic floor. So I just switched over to traditional boxing, which is quite different to Muay Thai style boxing. And I fell in love and I was like, oh my God, should I do a boxing fight? This always happens to me with everything that I start. I'm like, should I compete in this? I can't just do it casually. It's just like, go hard or go home mentality. That's the problem with me. In terms of the Bechdel test, what are your thoughts and what would be your favorite example? Basically, the Bechdel test is a benchmark for female representation in fiction movies. I think my favorite example of the Bechdel test is Finding Nemo. So funny, years ago, we were discussing this when I worked a 9 to 5 at an office. We were going through all the movies that failed the Bechdel test. And I was like, Nemo, Finding Nemo. My manager was like, they're fish. I think Harry Potter failed it as well. I think it depends on the movie. If the main character is a male, everyone's going to be talking about that main character throughout the movie, which, you know, I'm not super angry about a movie failing the Bechdel test because they have a male protagonist. But it's pretty messed up if there's a female lead and it fails the test. Are you from London? Yes, I was born and raised in London, Northwest London in particular. I lived there until I was 23 years old and then I married my husband who is Australian, moved over here. Yeah, haven't looked back since. I'm 28 now, been here for 5 years. I absolutely adore Sydney. I can't see myself living anywhere else in the world, permanently at least. London is super, super gloomy. When I initially moved here, I was super homesick. I did miss the London banter and the hustle and bustle. But with every passing year, I've really turned into an Aussie girl, like brunch, beach, just all about that healthy lifestyle and then go to sleep at 9 p.m. I've really, really embodied the Aussie way of life and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. Are you losing muscle during pregnancy? Yes, I am losing muscle. It's only natural that you lose muscle because it's a lot harder to move around, especially in the 3rd trimester. And I don't think it should be your goal to try and maintain or gain muscle during pregnancy. The reason why I continue to work out is to make sure that my joints are continuing to move. I'm targeting muscle groups, making sure they don't go dormant during this time. And so when it is time to get back into it. I'm not starting from complete scratch, and I've got a baseline to work off of. Your skin is so nice. What is your must-have skin product for texture? I really like using the Tatcha cream before I go to sleep. I wake up with like a nice dewy, refreshed look. I honestly think the key to skincare is just being super regimented with your skincare routine every night, every morning. That's when I found like the biggest boost in my skin. If I've been militant with making sure I don't sleep without doing my skincare, I'm glowing. And drink a lot of water. A lot of water. Speaking of water, what's the baby's name? Oh my God, we have changed this name so many times, and it's caused, I can't believe how many boats we've rocked with the name. Just one piece of advice, guys. If you're thinking of getting pregnant or you are pregnant, don't tell anyone the name. No one. Don't tell your in-laws. Don't tell your parents. Don't tell your freaking pet. Just think of the name with your partner, sit on it, and then once the baby is born, slap it on the birth certificate and then announce it to everyone. Because everyone and their mum will have an opinion. They'll associate the name with like someone that they don't like, or like, you know, personal experiences that they've had throughout their lives. And it's going to be impossible to satisfy everyone as long as you and your partner are happy with it. So with that being said, I am not telling you the name until she's born. But we do have a name in mind. We're not going to change it. We don't want to change it anymore. What are the red flags in Muay Thai / Jiu-Jitsu gyms I should look out for as a woman? This is a great question. Sorry guys, just got to readjust. Oh, I think it's very easy to get taken advantage of at Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu gyms because it's very contact heavy. Things that I look out for is the character of the head coach or the owner of the gym. If they have a good character, then that should trickle down into the other instructors and the students as well. So if the instructor, he or she, don't tolerate BS, no one else should. How are your knees holding up with all the pregnancy changes? My knees have been fine, to be honest. Thankfully, both my ACL surgeries have been successful. When you're pregnant, your ligaments stretch. So I have been very mindful of not overdoing it in Muay Thai or on my leg days. All in all, they've been good. It's just where they've cut out the tendon for my second surgery. I chose a different graft because I already had a hammy rupture. The graft site where they've removed the tendon is still super sensitive 1.5 years later. So yeah, that sucks. It is getting better with every passing month, but it should have settled by now, but it doesn't affect my ability to kick or anything like that. So the stability is still there. It's just really sensitive to like crawl, for example, if I'm on hardwood floor. How do you mentally prepare for a tournament match? Visualization is a powerful tool that you can use. So if you're prepping for a fight, in the lead up to that fight, just visualizing you winning, you pushing through adversity, you absolutely crushing it. If it is rough, like how you're going to get past that. So it's better to prep your mind for those scenarios as opposed to going in completely oblivious. There's a lot of sports therapists that can really help guide you through that, but you can just do it yourself, to be honest. I'm sure if you ask ChatGPT to become your sports therapist, you can get a nice introduction into that. What are you thinking about one championship Enkh-Orgil from Mongolia? I probably butchered that name, but I love him. He is such a badass. There was this one scene where they were trying to close the door in one of the challenges, and he was telling the captain, we need to sit on the log. And the captain looked at him like, you're stupid. Like, that makes no sense. But they had no other choice because the timer was running out. And then everyone ended up sitting on this log, and it closed the door, and he saved the day. What a badass, honestly. And he's a one championship champion. He's got so much aura around him, and I love it because he's so quiet as well and timid. There was another scene as well when he was running on the treadmill. His running form is hilarious and adorable. I'm a huge fan of Enkh-Orgil. So much that I can't say his name. How much do you weigh? I actually haven't weighed myself this pregnancy. I don't want to look at the scales. I just kind of want to go with the flow and respond to how I'm feeling. Before getting pregnant, I was around the 51 2 kg mark. If I'm in fight camp, I sit quite comfortably at 50, 49. But yeah, my weight fluctuates up and down depending on how much training I'm doing. Do you intend to enroll your child into martial arts classes in the future? I'd love to if she shows interest. I don't want to be one of those parents that kind of force their kids into a sport because they're obsessed with it. If she likes, I don't know, something like gymnastics or swimming or dancing, I'm not going to prevent her from doing that instead. But I will, of course, introduce it to her. And if she enjoys it, then awesome. If she doesn't, then it'll be heartbreaking, but it's fine. You look like a cartoon character named Mulan. That's so lovely for you to say because she's actually my favorite Disney princess. And the reason why I started martial arts in the first place. Watching that first movie, like, literally changed my brain chemistry. Even the way her father treated her was very similar to my Iraqi dad as well. And it's all about like honoring your family and, being obedient. And then she goes against the tide and represents her father in the army anyway. It really is reminiscent of how cultural my family is as well. It had a huge impact on me very early on in my childhood. What rules would you change in Taekwondo? I would change a lot about Taekwondo, if I'm honest. If I could, I would strip out the electronic scoring system and just go back to the good old school days. Hard kicks, loud screams, and just, spins. And if you look at old school Taekwondo videos, it's just mesmerizing to watch. But yeah, what it's become now, it's quite heartbreaking if I'm completely honest. Any Iraqi traditions in your daily? So I'm fully Iraqi and my husband is half Iraqi, half Japanese. I was born in London. My husband was born in Sydney. We're quite Western first and foremost, but where I can, I always try and incorporate our roots in our daily lives. So I guess we don't wear shoes in the house. I think that comes from both the Japanese and Iraqi side. We eat a lot of Iraqi and Japanese food. We've got a whole Iraqi pantry. Then we've got an Asian pantry, and then we've got like the West selection, which is like, I don't know, fucking salt and pepper. I also have a lot of Iraqi and Japanese artwork. This one being one of them, actually. This is a Japanese piece, but I've got some Iraqi artwork around the house as well. Oh, this one's not daily, but in Iraqi culture, what we do is when someone's traveling or going on a flight in particular, we throw water on the back of their cars as they're leaving to the airport just to wish them good luck. Or if someone moves into a new house or if they buy a new car, we crack an egg on their new apartment or on their car just to wish them good luck as well. So yeah, I guess those are some Iraqi things that we do. I can't think of anything else that comes to mind. How old are you? I am 28. How do you make money without doing the traditional 9 to 5 to be financially free? So I'm a full-time content creator and I have multiple revenue streams through creating content. So one of them being brand deals. That's my main source of income. Every month I get paid through certain partnerships and I get paid commission on top of that every time someone purchases and uses my code. I've also worked with a lot of fight promotions like One Championship, No Limit, sports channels like KO and Sky Sports as well. A whole lot of opportunities have come my way through social media and putting myself out there basically. And I guess they like it because I can do the content side and the combat side as well, so I can relate more to the fighters. What else? YouTube. Hopefully one day when I get monetized, I will make some passive income through YouTube. I've just jumped on this bandwagon now and it takes a while to get monetized on here. And yeah, I think that's everything. How many baby doers are you planning to have? At the moment, it's one and done. But who knows? Apparently, when you give birth and you're so in love with your child, you forget about the pain and the trauma of pregnancy and then you just want to do it again. So I'll see if that happens to me, but at the moment, it's one and done. Are you going to start your kid in martial arts ASAP? If so, what would it be? Taekwondo or something else? I would love to put her into kickboxing just because it's fast-paced like Taekwondo and incorporates boxing. So I think it's a good blend between, it's a good crossover between Muay Thai and Taekwondo. I really love the snappy, speedy combos that comes with kickboxing or Dutch style kickboxing. Yeah, I think that's what I would put her in. The only issue is there's just not many kickboxing specific gyms in Sydney. Yeah, if you guys can recommend any, I'd love to check it out. But a lot of them are branded as Muay Thai. How do you tell your hubby you were pregnant? Or was he there when you took the test? I took the test by myself. He had no idea that I was taking the test because we didn't know that we were pregnant. We weren't expecting either. So when I did take it, it was in the bathroom by myself and I was just crying and bawling my eyes out. And he heard me and he came running and was like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. He was really happy, but then he was really confused as to why I was so upset. And so he didn't know how to react. He's like, oh, wow, she's like really, really upset. And then he just waited for me to settle down. And then he was like, we're gonna be parents. I do get into that a lot more in another video, which is called My Pregnancy Journey as an Athlete. I'll link it below and you guys can have a suss. How have you found making new friends in your late 20s? Really hard. The older you become, the more pickier you become, and the easier it is to filter out bullshit. And there's a lot of people that just don't want to work on themselves. You meet so many people in your late 20s and you think, you need a lot of therapy, man. And you clearly haven't done the work. And you just don't want to be surrounded by people like that because you know where it's headed. Or maybe I'm being a bit too harsh, but I guess I've just been more selective with my friendship circles and who I've decided to surround myself with. I think a good indicator is if you've spent some time with this person and you come back home feeling really drained as opposed to socially energized, then that person is sucking the energy from you. When really a friendship should do the opposite. They should be powering you up. If you're like on the fence with a friendship, suss out how you feel post interaction when you're home and you're like, okay, does this friendship elevate my life or is it draining me? I started Muay Thai last week and I love it. Any tips for me to get better? I think if you're doing a 1 hour class and you really, really want to get better faster, end it with doing a whole lot of basics on the bag at the end of each session. So there are 100 kicks on each leg. The more reps you get in, the faster you're going to get better. And I also think once the instructors see that you're super dedicated, they actually end up paying more attention to you and aiding your progression further. Do you speak Iraqi Arabic? Okay, we're going to end this video in Iraqi Arabic. نعم أحكي عراقي عربي بس مو هالقد زين، مكسر شوية لأنه ما أقدر أتدرب هنا لأن عايشة بالأستراليا وأهلي مو هنا فصعب أنه يتقوى. إذن راح نخلص هذا الفيديو. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you guys want more Q&As or other styles of videos. I'm more than happy to do it. I am religiously trying to post every week and build this platform and just feel more connected to you guys so you guys can get to know me better and vice versa. Anyways, take care and peace out.